4 a.m. First Fruits, chapter by chapter Bible study series, and we're in Job chapter 38. Anticipation. We have had to hear from God. We've been listening to a bunch of speeches from men. Well, God finally broke his silence. Then the Lord answered Job from a whirlwind. He answered him from a whirlwind. Who is this who obscures my counsel with ignorant words? Get ready to answer me like a man. When I question you, you will inform me. KJV actually says, gird up your loins. When it says obscuring his counsel, the word obscure is a translation that comes from the Hebrew word hasak, meaning to darken, to cloud, or make something difficult to understand. God is suggesting to Job that what he guessed about God makes God seem more dark and confusing. In Job's speech, he made a lot of presumptions about God. He was genuinely guessing, but he was guessing all wrong. And words without knowledge make God's perfect plan look messy, chaotic, and dark. That's why God says ignorant words. Because Job has no idea. He just doesn't. Neither do we, really. God is rebuking Job for assuming he knows about the secret counsel and clouding up perspectives of God with the things he's saying. And God tells him to gird up his loins, basically telling him, you better prepare for a battle because I'm going to ask you questions and you try to answer these, buddy. Job is finally getting that intellectual confrontation, but he's going to be scared. Where were you when I established the earth? Tell me if you have understanding. Who fixed its dimensions? Certainly you know. Who stretched a measuring line across it? What supports its foundations? Or who laid its cornerstone? While the morning stars sang together and all the sons of God shouted for joy. In God's response to Job, we have 70 unanswerable questions. And we talked about before why God talks to us in questions sometimes. And that's in another video. In 7, when it says, while the morning stars sang together and all of the sons of God shouted for joy, that, in my opinion, is suggesting that there was an awe in heaven, the awe of the heavenly host as they witnessed God in creation. 8. Who enclosed the sea behind doors when it burst from the womb? When I made the clouds its garment and total darkness its blanket? When I determined its boundaries and put its bars and doors in place? When I declared, you may come this far, but no farther, your proud waves stop here. I don't know if you guys remember earth science, but I do. And I remember that in science, the waves only come up to a certain point based on gravity, the sun's pull, the moon's pull, the world is on an axis. There is precise things going on in creation that if they were a smidge off, it would throw everything out of balance. And who is holding that balance? Science literally is the study of all the things that God already did. Even scientists can't deny the fact that God exists. And that's probably why Isaac Newton proposed that the intricate structure of the solar system suggests an involvement of an intelligent and powerful creator. Not to mention Albert Einstein describing a religious feeling in scientists that stems from the awe-inspiring harmony of natural laws, which he believed reveal a superior intelligence. And we're not talking about aliens. Verses 4 through 11 are the foundations of the earth, creation. 12 through 21 is the morning light and its depths. God covers things that we see and things that we don't see. He asked Job about things that Job can physically see, but then he asked in 17, have the gates of been revealed to you? Have you seen the gates of deep darkness? Have you comprehended the extent of the earth? Tell me if you know all this. There is more out there, Job, that you have no idea about. And then 22 through 38 is weather, celestial phenomena, just amazing stuff. 39 through 41 is the animal kingdom. Can you pray for a lioness or satisfy the appetite of young lions when they crouch in their dens and lie in wait within their lairs? Who provides the ravens food when its young cry out to God and wonder about for lack of food? God is the sole architect and sustainer of the universe. This is God's answer to Job. We're not even done yet, but instead of God answering Job with his why, which Job was why, God answers with the who. Who am I? I mentioned this in another short video, but I love the fact that Job mentions how he felt like God threw him in a whirlwind when he is discussing his pain and suffering. And I love that God responds in a whirlwind. After we hear from God, this divine wisdom will replace any type of human ignorance. And that makes me think that the entire book of Job is doing just that. The whole front of it is so much darkness and pain and suffering and presumptions and questions and guessing. And then God just says, who am I? Look at what I have done. I know better. I am perfect. My ways are perfect. We cannot let our pain and our suffering darken or fog up our wisdom of who God is. Thank you for watching this 4 a.m. and I'll see you in the next 4 a.m. when we cover Job chapter 39.